Alright guys, so welcome to another module. In this module, we're going to be talking about the anatomy of a Facebook ad. Okay, and it's going to get really interesting from here. So there's three core parts to every Facebook ad. Okay, there's creatives, which is essentially the videos and the images used on the ad. Then there's the ad copy. By the way, guys, we're not talking about Facebook advertising as a whole. We're just talking about the segment of ads. Okay, so the actual ads themselves. So we got the creatives, which is the videos and the images used on the ad copy, which are the titles, the descriptions, the copywriting that you write on the ad, and then you have the page branding, which is a profile picture of the page, the name of the profile, because this thing does affect it, right? Because when you're scrolling through Facebook, you're most likely going to stop, but then you're also going to look at who the heck posted it, right? You want to see the picture of the person that posted it, what's the name of the person. So this is also a very important part that I feel like a lot of marketers neglect, and it is important to consider that. So for example, here, if you look at this Grant Cardone ad, this is for like 10x GrowthCon 2020. It should be super fun. Sadly, I'm not going there. Hopefully I go there next year. But if you look at this ad, right, because I was trying to find an ad while I was scrolling down, I found Cardone's ad. This is page branding. So you got his picture here, you got his name here, right? That's page branding. So you're like, oh, Grant Cardone's post, cool. And then you have the ad copy, which is this thing. So it's not too late, don't miss out on the conference. And this is the creative, it's the image used, right? So if there's a video used, even that would be considered a creative. All of this text is considered copy. This is considered page branding. Okay. Now, here's kind of like the breakdown of the importance of these elements. So the creatives, which is the images and the videos that you use in your ads, are the most creative, most important out of everything. Okay. Now, if we had this, if I was shooting this module 4 years ago, I'd tell you that the ad copy was the most important. Because back in the day, you needed great ad copy to stand out and get results. Because number one, the Facebook newsfeed was also a lot different, right? So like we were not even doing any, we were not even using relevant pictures. We were just using random pictures, and Facebook would let us do it. Now we can't do it as much. Now Facebook penalizes you if you start using girls in swimsuits as images. So don't try that. But yeah, creatives are the most important. You just got, like, when someone's scrolling on the feed, a creative is what's going to stop him and get him hooked, right? Especially if the guy's watching a bunch of videos, your video is interloped in it, it needs to be good. No one cares about the ad copy, okay? And the job of the creator is to stop a person from scrolling and get them to pay attention to your ad. Because if you don't have attention, you don't have anything. Like, no one's even going to read your copy. Okay, because back in the day, again, the interface was so different. The interface emphasized on text. So like you would like scroll through and you would read a lot of text. Now it doesn't as much. It's more about the image first and then the text. Spend 70% of your budget and efforts on getting good creatives, since this is the most important part of Facebook advertising in 2020. Okay. Now the next two, ad copy and page branding, both in my opinion have the same degree of importance, okay? Because I don't think ad copy is as important as it used to be. So if you guys were thinking of go hiring a great copywriter or whatever, I would not recommend you do that. Because Facebook's changed so much, you don't even need it. You don't even need a copywriter to write you an ad. Maybe you need it for a funnel, but you don't need a copywriter to write an ad for you on Facebook. So remember that. Now, but if you're in the coaching consulting niche or personal branding niche, of course, ad copy gets a lot more important, but still, creative still wins, by the way. It's just that there's a percentage change. So like I would say that ad copy gets about 40% or maybe 30% of the importance if you have a personal branding business, or, you have a coaching consulting empire. But in general, if you sell services or any sort of e-commerce products, these percentages are 100% accurate based on my testing and my experience. Okay, so spend 15% of your time and effort on both ad copy and branding, because they have the same degree of importance to me. Now, here's a few goals of these elements. So the goal of the ad copy is to get someone to click on your site and pull up your landing page. That's it. Okay, the goal of your ad copy is not to pre-sell the buyer. It's to get the click, especially with e-commerce stuff. What is the goal of page branding? Now, by the way, guys, the goal of the ad copy is only to get someone to click your site if it's a cold ad or if it's a warm ad, which is basically meaning it's going out to lookalike people. If it's a hot traffic, right, which is if it's retargeting ads, right, that's hot traffic. Then your goal is to get them to buy something. Okay, so remember that. The goal of page branding is to establish credibility and even build trust. Okay, another benefit is that page branding makes your content native to the platform, which is really important. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this module. I'll see you in the next one. All right.